If you're not new here, things look a little bit different. If you are new here, welcome. My name's Morrigan, and welcome to Morgan's Journal. It's been a while, so I'm kind of rusty. I changed some things up. Y'all let me know if it's too dark. I'm trying something different with the lighting, trying to diffuse it a little bit. So just let me know if I need to update anything. I'll check back later with the footage, but just let me know. A lot has happened in the past now 3 months. I was gonna come back in the beginning, close to the beginning of October, but I had a lot of things come up. A lot of things have changed in my life financially. I've changed up a lot of things. So I want to at least go through everything that's different. First off, starting, there's no box here. Mainly, if you're not new to my channel, I had a box here that had my 100 envelope challenge that I was working on, which I had about like 30 or so envelopes filled. A lot of them were the smaller ones, but I did have some big envelopes filled. I needed to use that money. It was about $700. I needed to use it to pay off some car maintenance that I needed done immediately. Like check engine light came on. I had to get a bunch of things done. So basically, took my whole 100 envelope challenge. I wanted to reevaluate what I was doing, but I kind of lost track and I got super stressed with like having to meet obligations of going to the bank and then going back and forth and then recording. And I couldn't record unless I had the money and everything else. And I just needed to reevaluate what I wanted from the channel. And then I needed to reevaluate what I wanted for myself, which the main thing I realized, I need cash stuffing. Regardless of how I do it, I need to budget, I need to cash stuff, or I end up in a world of hurt and I don't, like, I just lose track and I just spend willy-nilly, which is what I started doing during this break. But mentally, I just wasn't here. I was getting overwhelmed. I was getting stressed out. And when I do that, I turn to food. I was making bad decisions, just snowball after snowball. And I put out the notice. I was like, hey, I'm going to take a break for a month and just kind of reset and vibe. And I stopped cash stuffing. And I think that's why it took me longer to come back than I did, because I started ignoring my finances because that anxiety started coming back because I didn't know what my finances were. And I was like, I can't avoid my finances like this again. So I decided to reevaluate what I wanted for my channel, like what I wanted to do and how I wanted to do it. And I noticed there's a few people, Notes on the Good Life. I love her channel so much. Also Prop Budgets. I love watching them so much. They use prop bills. So I wanted to do prop bills because what I wanted to do was take out the anxiety of having to get to the bank on Friday or Saturday because they're closed on Sunday and not being able to cash stuff in time for Monday. And that way all my bills could stay electronic and I could just pay them immediately and just have a calendar when I need to pay things, transfer them in whatever accounts I needed, and have prop bills to still be mindful and keep track of what money I have, because I would constantly be checking and writing down what money I had in my envelope. Like, I was very dependent on checking my envelopes and such in order to know what I had, because that's where the money was. So I wanted to keep up that habit, but still keep the money in the bank and see if that worked for me. And while I did put the money, while I did make the separate accounts, have the money online, I didn't make the timely decision to get the prop bills set up and start doing it until like a few weeks ago, and then I finally like figured out what my strategy was, and then I finally got a handle on where my money was, and this month is kind of tight, but we're gonna have our bills paid. So, well, there is a little bit of stress. November is a magic month, so I'm excited about that. That'll help, because it'll help bolster the savings that we have. It'll help build up back some envelope. It'll help build up a lot of things, and it'll help get us back on track. So, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be stuffing prop bills. So I went on Amazon. I went on Amazon. Excuse me. I went on Amazon. I got prop bills to stuff with. And also, while I was on break, I realized that the identity, like the brand that I had, the pinks and purples, all the cutesy stuff. Like I love that stuff. In my general life, if you know me in person, you know I wear pastels 90% of the time. If I'm not wearing pastels, it's because it's probably laundry day. Like I've had people come up to me at work whenever I'm not wearing pastels and be concerned. And I'm like, don't worry, it's fine. It's just a laundry day. I'll be back to normal tomorrow. Like, I am aggressively pink and purple. And any other pastel Easter egg holiday colors, if you know me. And aggressively chromey. She's still here. A little tiny one here in the corner. But I wanted something that represented how I felt about cash stuffing. Like how I felt about the process of cash stuffing. I like how it calms me. I like how I find peace and serenity doing it. I want to do it. I really enjoy doing it. And like I sometimes when I would audibly take a breath of just calm when I'm done with it, because I'm like, I can now focus on other things. I've done my routine. It was a routine, and I fell off of that routine, and it really I ended up falling off of a lot of routines that I had gotten started because of cash stuffing. So I wanted my brand to reflect that peace and calm, and I love greens. Green is the first color I fell in love with in life. So I wanted like that sage olive green hint of neutral tones of the browns and wood textures, black, white, clean, and still just like a little pinch of purple or lavender. If you're interested in my new branding, whether or not you're new here, I did post a breakdown of my new branding on Instagram, like my new logo that I made, my color palette, the thought behind it. But it was mainly just I wanted it to be a new, refreshing calm. And while I love pink and purple in my outfit, I love being like just that big ball of pastel Easter egg energy. I wanted this space to be different than that, because it is different than that. It's a part of me that I cherish. It's a part of me that I love more than I thought I ever would. And I wanted it to have its own identity. And as I'm rebranding myself as a designer, I think the same calm, serenity, peace, finding myself translated both in cash stuffing and as a designer. So both of those will probably look similar as I'm rebranding myself. But this is how Morgan's Journal is going to look, unless I change it again. As a designer, designing for yourself, if you are a designer designing for yourself, things change, you know that. But this feels right. How it is now feels right. Just like a peace calm with just a pinch of that little excitement of purple, obviously, and Kuromi. I can't leave my girl hanging. Look, she's so cute. can't leave where I am. So, as I have already talked, oh gosh, it's been like 10 minutes already. I apologize. This should have timestamps. Don't worry, we'll get the cash stuffing later. I knew this would have a long intro trying to explain myself. I want to go through my binders. So I have 2 binders, only 2. Like this is basically a restart. You can watch the rest of the stuff in my channel. It is part of my journey. Those videos are very helpful to me. Like it's a journal. This channel is a journal. So if things change, I want to record everything. So I want to go through my binder setup. So I have 2 binders here. I went with 2 very like neutral type vibes, very black and white, clean. I also made myself new envelopes and new placeholders. If you already know, I had the Crescent Moon collection, which was very like blues and purples, stars, crescent moons and stuff, which I love very much. But I just wanted something that highlights what I'm doing, which is cash stuffing. No intense frills, but just nice, clean, sleek. Kind of like how I like my designs. So I have 2 binders because I have 2 separate bank accounts. Or 2 separate banks that I work with. So I'm sorted by bank 1 and bank 2. Bank 1 is this binder, which is my bills binder. So this binder is where all my bills auto debit from. So I have student loans, and this will have everything that I'm paying for. Since everything's digital now, I'll be cash stuffing every bill. So now I'll be cash stuffing student loans and Apple, which I used to say was auto debited already. I'll be cash stuffing them here. And while they do get taken out weekly, I will stuff them to make sure they're accounted for in my full check. And then I'll take them out as they get paid, like I do with the rest of my bills. So I'll do student loans, Apple Card, I have rent, electric, because water is with rent, electric, I have renter's insurance, and internet. Those are like major ones that I actually pay. Subscriptions and website. I'm currently working on a website on Wix. I don't think that'll have any fees that I need to pay. I currently have a Squarespace website like for my brand and for like my design work. I'm trying to switch so I can save money on that because that's like $200 a year. Subscriptions, just in case there's any subscriptions I want to get. I'm not sure yet. I'm debating an Audible subscription because there are some books that I want to read, but I think I'm more of like an Audible listener type of audiobook vibe. So there's a couple books I want to get, and I think having an Audible subscription will be great. So I made the envelope just in case I decide to bite that bullet. And same for website, just in case I decide to keep my website, I want to be able to pay that monthly. So these are all my bills. All the bills that like occur monthly, auto debit from this account. My second binder is it has some bills, but I'll say it's like the non-bills or non-essentials, I'm not sure. But it's things that either could be monthly or not, but they're not. I just wanted to keep them separate just so it's easier for me to be like, this money goes to people that I have to pay, like it goes to corporations I have to pay like specific bills. These are other bills that are kind of like sinking fund type bills, I guess. So I don't necessarily need to be paying on these all the time. Like I have therapy in here. I know therapy is once a month, but sometimes I may not need therapy. It just depends on the month. It's a thing that like I don't have to do, so I put it in this account. In this account, it's it's 2 like cards or it's like a main card, and then the rest are savings accounts that, since they're sinking funds, I made each envelope basically its own, or depends how I set it. Well, either way, so I have therapy, car maintenance, and let's see, where's the other one? Therapy, car maintenance, and savings each have their own savings account. They're each high yield savings accounts, so they earn like 4.2 or 4.25% annual yield interest rates on those. Even though these like are in and like, even though like therapy is kind of an in and out one, I overstuff therapy, so sometimes there would be like $20 or so in there, and that can still earn interest. And since car maintenance I'm not always using, I also wanted something that could earn interest. So these are all with Capital One. And with Capital One, I saw that you can do multiple high yield savings accounts, which is what I really liked because they're all connected, and I can also name them. And while Ally does that too, and has some other features, I felt like I didn't really jive with like the site, and Capital One was just easier for me to maneuver. And just in case there is a bank in our town that I can go to if I really need to, but I haven't needed to. It's just a lot more flexible and user friendly than I felt like Ally was, which Ally was fine. Like I said, I just need something more user friendly with how I'm doing this now. So therapy has its own high yield savings account. Car maintenance is in a high yield savings account. Gas, groceries, and spending are in like the main debit card account. Those because I spend them quickly. Like I'm always like getting gas or groceries, depends. So these are all in like its own account: gas, groceries, and spending. But I separated it here so I know specifically how much I have to spend on them, because I don't want to have like a lump sum and then like, oh well, I put 50 in gas, and I was like, oh wait, no, 30 of that was for groceries. Yeah. So I just have it set up like that. So I have gas, groceries, spending are all one thing. And then savings, it's its own high yield savings account that I have labeled too. I just really like how you can name them also. Like Ally had buckets, but I don't know, I didn't like how it was set up personally. But if you're with Ally, like that's cool and great. Like I didn't close my account, I just like moved everything to Capital One so I can subdivide it more and have easier access to it. So if that works for you, that's definitely like awesome. But after a while, I was like, nah, I want to try Capital One, and that's been working better for me. I also made a gifts envelope. Ideally, I would like to start stuffing this so I can like get gifts for people, because I really haven't and I really want to, but I'm not sure if I will be able to, especially since we're saving for upcoming things next year. But I still made it, just in case I have like a couple dollars here and there to put in there. So that's this binder. And as you can see, there isn't a 100 envelope challenge. I decided instead of doing that to just have the one main savings envelope, because it would be easier to, it's just easier to put in a lump sum savings, and then that earns interest and it's fine. The challenges are great, but I think I was holding myself back, especially when there were times where I couldn't fill certain envelopes. And if I half filled them, I might forget. And there's things like that. And I'd rather just be like, all right, I'm saving this much, and then write down, just see the money grow that way. I would like to get back into saving challenges later at some point, but right now I just want to get back on track with cash stuffing. So, speaking of, after, how long has it been? Oh, 20 minutes. I'm so sorry. There will be timestamps. There should be timestamps. There are going to be timestamps. After after rambling and explaining what all this is, let's actually get to cash stuffing, which starts with a very traditional cash count. So we will be cash stuffing. Yes, I do still have my crescent moon teller slip. I do want to make some that match my current binders, but right now these are super cute and I still want to use them. Still on my Etsy. We'll be cash stuffing $180. So, as a reminder, I am using prop bills. All my money is in the bank. This is just an easier way for me to keep track of how my money is allocated. That's what I mean. So let's get back. Let's do this fingertip moistener. I feel bad because like my friend Sam made me this and I always would keep forgetting to use it. So I'm like making an effort to make sure it's like in frame so I can remember to use it. So let's get the 180. So I got my prop bills. If y'all are interested, I do have the link on my Instagram of where I got my prop bills. It was just like $15 for this, which I think for how I'm going to use it is very helpful because it came with like I think 300 bills. It even came with $2 bills, which I don't really use, but I might. I don't know. It depends on how I feel. I know some people like using $2 bills. Last time I had one, I used it to buy a snowball in college. It was a good snowball. Sorry. All right. So let's see. 50, 100, 120, 140, 160, 170, 175, 180. Yay! Oh, it's so nice. Oh, yay. Cash stuffing. Whether or not you feel any type of way about prop bills or not, I don't know. Still gives me the same excitement as it did with, regular bills. Also, I do have some placeholders I should be using, today, that I made, and they're matte. So all my envelopes I used, matte laminate, and it's super nice. Like I would always get a sheen from my envelopes, which would be annoying a little bit, but like now I don't have to worry about that because they're matte and they actually feel kind of nice. But yeah, so I'll probably be using some of those today. So let's get into our bills binder. I also will have a link for all the things that I used on my Instagram in the highlights tab. This a friend of mine gave me, and I got this plant from Walmart. I don't think that's in there, but it's a cute little Walmart faux plant that I think just brought in a little bit more of that green that I really like. Okay. So student loans. Let me see. Did I want to make sure that I wrote these down right. Also, using the scratch notebook. I know I have my tracker that like calculates everything, but I just needed to like simplify it as much as I could. So I wrote everything down here. So I'll keep this right here. Student loans is getting a 50. And like I said, for these bills, just like my main bills that are weekly, just like my main bills that are monthly, these weekly bills will be taken out as they are paid. So I also have budget sheets and everything in each of these. So this one, 50, 50. What's today? Uh, 31, 7. I think it's the 24th. Okay, I have to do math right quick. Dates. So that's getting 50. And like I said, I also made these envelopes. I just want something simple and clean And I always really like those like chic looks. These are also matte, so it's kind of like, I don't know, it just gives a looks feel even though it's like white on white. Apple Card. It's getting 75. So that's 50, 75. Avocado will also be taken out. I'll probably do all of my bills either Friday or Saturday, just so I'm not like, just to have like a different day and do them all at once. Rent. See, I already have one of my placeholders in here. Rent currently has 345. Let me see. All right, rent is getting 540. The reason I only had 180 in the cash because I'm using a $500 placeholder and these 40s. So I'm doing 500, 750, 770, 790. 8. Hold on. Let me start over. I just saw this 50. I mixed it all up. I'm so sorry. Kind of rusty. So 500, 750, 800, 820, 840, 860, 880, 885. Cool. Okay. So that's rent in the bank. And it'll be emptied out this weekend since rent is due. Or not this weekend, but it'll be emptied by next week. But no, I'll do it all this weekend. I'll do everything this weekend. Electric. Let's see. Electric already has 65, and that's due this weekend, so it'll be 50, 65. I'm not adding anything in this now. I'll start adding in that next week because I don't have... Had a couple things come up, so I won't have anything extra besides these bills. Renter's insurance is not getting anything, but it should have 16, so 10, 15, 16. Technically, my renter's insurance is $15.93, so 16 a month, but I always do 20 just for a little buffer, just in case. Internet is not getting anything, but it should have a 20. 20. Okay. And we're not doing subscriptions yet. Like I said, I'm still on the fence about Audible. There are some Audible books I want to read, but I want to see if there's any other alternatives to like listening to them. Maybe they're free online somewhere, like library. I'll see what I can do. So, and then nothing for website right now. So that's everything in my bills binder. Let's get into our everything else binder. So, therapy is getting 10. So, therapy is getting the 10. So let's do... And so now therapy is 50, 70, 90, 100. My, the cost for therapy went up to 100, which is good because that's what I was cash stuffing, was 100. So, that's cool with me. I already had it. And I already have a little bit of buffer in my account, I think. Oh, I'll double check later. No, this is fine. I'll pay that this weekend. I usually pay therapy at the end of the month. Car maintenance is getting... Let me see. Did I have car maintenance getting anything? No, but it does have 50. So 20, 40, 50. depending on if I need a full tank of gas or not, I may dip into this to fill up my tank. Next week, I'm not sure. I also, because of how the week ends, I do need to pay a certain amount on my Apple bill before the end of the month. But the end of the month is Thursday. I get paid Friday. So I'm not sure if I'll tap into savings or something else and then pay myself back. But we'll see next week. So gas is actually getting $5. And I only have $1, so let's do 10, 24, yeah, 5. So now it has $6. Okay. Groceries isn't getting anything and it's empty. Spending had $1. Has $1, but I should have taken that out because I moved stuff around. Earlier, so spending has 0, so we'll put this back with our other prop bills. And put that back into spending. And then we can see where we're at with savings. So I'm not able to save anything with this check, but next check we'll be able to go back to saving stuff. So savings has 120, 45, 6. $146. Far cry from the 700 plus we had initially before all the car maintenance and everything, but it's still a buffer just in case we need for our Apple payment. And like I said beforehand, gifts is empty, but I would like to start stuffing it at some point, just not yet. So that's everything in our everything else binder. Okay, now that we are like 30 minutes in, that was a fairly quick cash stuffing, at least at the end. Just everything else was not quick. If you have made it this far, thank you. Leave a heart of any kind. The pink sparkly one, a brown one, green one, purple one, whatever color, just to let me know that you made it this far, and also so I could thank you very much for listening and watching this long video of me coming back after basically 3 months of failing at cash stuffing and budgeting. We're back. I don't want to go anywhere unless I am super sick or feeling awful or anything. I don't plan on leaving or taking another break. I want to stick with this. I think this is the move. I think having prop budgets allows me to record as soon as I know when I get my pay stub and budget my money and have everything set up as soon as payday hits. And I think that'll also give me enough time and mental bandwidth to record and edit and post and do reels and interact with you guys and just do everything. Because I know there's some comments on my channel I need to get caught up with. There's 350 of you plus out there watching or at least subscribe. So thank you very much again for sticking around and being patient for my rebrand and my comeback. And as far as I can tell, I don't plan on going anywhere else anytime soon. So thank you guys so much for watching if you made it this far. And I hope you guys have a great week, great weekend, and a fantastic Halloween if you guys are doing anything. And just have a great fall, autumn. Just go outside. If the weather's nice, I know it's getting cooler. we're in the South and seen some 55 degrees around here. It feels so nice to wear all my cardigans again. But yeah, just, do something for yourself this weekend. That's what I'm going to try and do with cash stuffing. So I hope you guys have a great week. Bye.